What's going on, everybody? This is Kev the Barber with another classic, and we are here back with a Rate My Fade. Like I said, I'm trying to post as consistently as possible. I'm trying to do this Tuesday, Thursday thing again. It's going to be very difficult, so do not quote me. Please don't quote me. Thank everybody who have sent it to my email. It's pretty clean. Like, you just see people just boom, boom. You can see the time and everything. It's a lot more organized and a lot better for me to be able to do this way. So, yet again, I thank you guys for trusting my opinion enough to be sending me sending me pictures and all these different things just to hear what I have to say about your pictures. Yeah, I should be throwing out more haircutting videos and stuff like that, but for now, I'm just gonna throw these videos out for you guys. Thanks for all the support yet again. Let's get right into this video. It's pretty good, like, overall haircut. If I had anything to say about it, it would be about this lineup right here. One thing I want to focus on when I'm doing lineups is the corner. Like this part looks fine. This part looks a little wavy. But if you focus, like, I mean, of course you clean this up a bit, but if you focus on this corner and make it nice and sharp, then your lineups will look a lot more crisp. And this side part right here, which I've heard called like the C cup or the side line, I don't know, like, say whatever you want to call it. You want to start here. Start with your line, just put a little nip right here, then put a little nip here, then use the corner of the blade and use the curve. What it looks like you did here was use the entire blade on this side, then use the entire blade here, then try to curve it from here. And you're gonna make a lot more work for yourself and then push this thing back further than it needs to be. Yeah, with the fade though, you kind of balded it a little bit, like nipped right here. You can still go for a low fade and bring that fade up just a little bit more. Yeah, overall, it's an okay cut. I'd have to give this one like a 5.56. Like I said, I'm not really fond of these rating stuff, but you know, whatever. Let's get to the next one. This fade is immaculate. It's amazing. I have nothing bad to say about this fade. The only thing is, if I was looking back over here, I can see a little hair coming out. That's me being very, very picky. This is crisp. The fade is amazing. I really don't. Wow, this fade is crazy. Let me just turn this up, my bad. This should have came up so you guys can see what's good. Wow, look at that fade. You see this? I have to give this one like a 10 too, like that other one, even though homeboy said I was gassing it. I didn't really feel like I was gassing it, but whatever. Next one. Wow, this is really good too. This is really good. You see how this thing is transitional? It goes from like a bald up to like a 1, and then it's coming up here. I like the way that you blended this area too. Then you kind of swooped in. This dude look like he know how to do some scissor work, low key. This is me being picky. Let's be picky real quick, guys. You ready? This back part right here, I wish was a little bit straight. You know, if you at the end used either like the guard that you used and cleaned it up, or used a scissor and a scissor overcomb and just, you know, clean that back boy up. That would have been very, very essential to make this entire thing look amazing. But overall, I have to give this like a 9 because this joint is ridiculous. We are getting some good cuts today. Should have been emailing it the whole time. You switch it to email, you get all the people with the cuts, you feel me? Abraham cuts. Oh wow, wow, get small. That's amazing. I like this fade. I really like, look at that before and after. Boom, Abraham cuts. Look at that, buddy. Wow, I like this. I like this. Honestly, this fade is pretty dope too, but only thing I have to say about it is the lineup. Either like leave it darker or something, or I don't know. I just feel like this feels like it could be a little more crisp. And people get real picky with these lines. Personally, I like them a little thicker. You know, this is a little too thin, especially for an Asian. Like, the next 2 days is gonna be back. So yeah, and he may have wanted it that way. You know, you never know, because that's how, you know, some people just have their little stipulations. So I'm not really grading that, but overall I'm giving this one like a 9 too. I'm really liking this fade here, and the way, I mean, it doesn't seem like you cut anything off the top. Really, it doesn't seem like it, but this is a good one. This is a nice job though. This fade is clean. See, I wanna bring you guys attention to something. First of all, this is the corner thing that I was telling you about. Like, this lineup is straight, and the corners, even though this part can be a little, just a tiny bit tapped a bit, because, you know, it kind of looks like it's fading out at that point, but it's still like that one haircut that we saw not too long ago could have used this corner. But the only thing, this fade is immaculate. It's really amazing. But if you look at how he seems to have has a shaver, if you look at the shave part here, and then you go in this direction, you can kind of see some stubble down here. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said in the other videos, and this is like a little, I don't know, like dark spots you can see, but like I said in the other videos, with fades, you want it to be transitional this way. So, like getting more hair this way, and whichever direction the fade goes in this direction, you want it to be consistent, the same thing. You want it to be the same exact thing in this direction. So if you look in this direction, you see the hair, and then here, like, it's pretty consistent, but this is like there's hair here and not hair here. I can understand like there are certain exceptions, like when you want to leave the corners dark, but this doesn't seem that way. You have the corners here, and there's no hair here, then there's like hair here. You know, you gotta, even though some people may have some imperfections on the head, you need to make sure you do your best to work around that. You know, but overall, I mean, I'm giving this like an 8.5. I'm really loving the cuts today. This overhead here is clean. This entire thing is pretty smooth. I like it. Fade looks good. It looks great. That corner is the best corner we've seen today. This fade is amazing, man. Only thing I have to say about it is the picture, because it's really hard for me to look at this. I'm sure some of the people on here will say the same thing, but it's extremely difficult for me to look at this picture. I'm sorry. If you guys see a difference in the picture, it's just I've really found a different way. I really didn't like the arrows on the side or the gray, so I just changed it. But anyway, Fiero 348, I can't read. 340. This is really good. It's really good, bro. Fade is amazing. I'm giving this one a 9. From the Virgin Islands too. Look, people watching from the Virgin Islands. Wow. Shout out to you, buddy. Look at that. Look at that. That filter though. This fade is good. I really like this fade right here. In this area, I'm really liking this. I'm not sure what's happening up here. I'm not sure if he wanted you to leave it there or not. Yeah, I really have no idea, but I feel like if you were gonna take a picture of it, you know, the thing is like it's when you're taking a picture, it's presenting everything, whether you touched it or not, just to show, you know, the picture. And I just don't know what's happening here. But yeah, I won't spend too much time on that. The fade is great. I really like the fade, even though right here it's a little dark. I'd want you to feather that out a bit with the corner. Like this seems like a no guard type thing. You just use your half guard or your one. Do that, and over here too, just a little dark. But the fade is pretty good. It's pretty good. I really like it. But yeah, I'm giving this one overall an 8. I really like the fade, but I just don't know what's happening here. That's the only thing. It would have been a little higher if this was a little directional, like control the hair a bit more. Oh, I'm not sure what's happening here. He could just be like baby hair type thing or whatever. But like I said, no matter what the person is sitting in your chair, you have to control what they have. So you could have checked, or you know, something. You got to work around this. It just doesn't look good. The lines, I can see your guidelines distinctly. You can see the line of demarcation right here, that 0 guard to the 1. It looks like you just didn't touch up here, kinda. Yeah, this is not a good cut. Need a little bit more work there, just a little bit more work. This lineup is clean though, give you that. With this, I want you to continue to comb down while you're cutting, or at least trim down the front or something, because this is like bumpy, wavy, like it's not really crisp. Just need a little more work. And when you're taking a picture, if you want me to grade it, get a better like feel of what I'm saying, or if I can have a better way of grading whatever your picture is, you want to make sure that you're closer. Like this screen should be filled up like a little bit bigger than that, but like probably just like this. You know what I'm saying? It's really difficult to grade it or actually learn from whatever I'm gonna say if this is so small. You feel me? Next. I don't know why it's so small, guys. I'm really sorry. I have to change that. This line is awkward. My thing is, if you wanted to do the line like this, there should have been more hair up here to make it like curve with the hair. It seems like it's doing two different things. It's just not like collaborative. It needs to be like lines are shaped with something. Fade is okay. I still can see 2 guidelines though, and I feel like that needs to be taken out. But like you're on your way. Like you're obviously somebody who like you've been doing this for some time. You know what you're doing. If you looked back and checked, you would have been able to see that guideline, I'm pretty sure. But this one I'm giving like a 7. That line is crisp though. I'm sorry, I did not say what was good about it. I love the line and extremely crisp. This too, very crisp. I really like it. Again, guys, you want to make sure that your pictures are closer and bigger, because now it's pixelated. We can't really see what's really good. See, let me say something about this right here. It's crazy because wide sideburns look a little awkward to me, but I understand when it comes to Spanish hair, or you know, any type of hair really. If you have hair growing out like this, when you cut deep, it's really not helpful for people, because when it grows back out, the stubble really is really a bother. Like, you know, it's really messed up. I like the decision here, even though like visually it may not be that pleasing. It's good for the customer. It's very it promotes longevity for haircuts. This fade is amazing, and it's weird. Like when you look at haircuts from the side, it's so weird because it looks darker than it is when you turn. For people who are looking at this cut, just know if you look at this straight on, it probably looks different. So I'm gonna just give this dude the benefit of the doubt here. I can still kind of see this guideline right here, given it's pixelated. It is pixelated, so I'm not sure. I can't be too positive, but I think that could be cleaned up a bit more to make it a little more transitional. I feel like you should have combed this a bit more before you took the picture, because I'm not sure if it's just out of whack or whatever, but still a good fade. I really like it. I'm giving this one an 8 as well. It's a good one. It's a really good one. Dave Cuts 215. I want to say you need to spend a little bit more time on your cutting of the hair overall. If you don't freehand, if you don't know how to freehand, or you're not comfortable with freehanding, make sure you finish with the grain. Continue to brush and go with the grain, because we can still see somebody has waves on their head and you cut and they have a dark Caesar. It should be as smooth as if they were bald. You know what I'm saying? Like, it should be, if anything, you should see like wave patterns, not hair sticking out. Now let's get to the fade. This needs a lot of work. I really don't even see much of you using your lever here, because it seems like you're trying to keep the top dark, not going too high up into it, but you started too high. So you should have, if anything, if you're scared of fading, right? I say you start lower. You know, you start lower, gradually go up, and then if it's getting too dark, then you try and lighten that up a bit, rather than going too high, then trying to, you know, where you start is kind of like the precursor to where you're gonna finish. So you wanna make sure you give yourself some space, while also give yourself some space each guideline. I mean, you already know that. You got a lot of space this guideline, but you gotta make sure you stay low. You understand how dark you wanna keep the longest hair, how far up you wanna keep the shortest hair. You know, just be mindful of that. This fade is fairly smooth. He didn't touch the beard, at least I don't think he did, because this looks like it wasn't touched at all. So I'm just gonna hope that wasn't touched. This fade is pretty dope. This corner right here, I like that you kept it dark, but I don't know, something about this fade just screams, you know, blotchy to me. I wish you like brushed it just to see how it would look if it was brushed. Next. Wow, this is clean. Only thing, see, I wish you showed this some more, because I feel like this is too thin. I feel like when it comes to these lines, it's like two ways of doing it. You can make the white, the thing that you cut, as thick as what's in between it, and then it's like perfectly boom, 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 or you can make it thinner. But these three, just this white, right? I mean the cut part and not cut part and the cut part, it just seem like three different widths, you know, and that's not consistent. That's not visually pleasing. You want to make sure that each one is like either the same, like there is some sort of pattern to it. If it's just like this one's, they're just all not the same size, then it's not, you know, it seems a bit haphazard rather than intentional and skilled. You know what I'm saying? This fade though, what? This lineup, I think you should have went up a bit more. Like, I'm exaggerating with my mouth, with the mouse moving, but you know, this thing is turning down this way, and you want to make it like turn up this way, so when you connect with it, it makes a sharp line. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like there's much of a difference between this and this. It could be the shadow of the hair. That's also a possibility, and that's when people should use the overhand, just kind of cut that up just to, you know, expose that corner. But overall, this is like, what? This is like an 8.5. Only reason I'm giving it 8.5 is because of the line. I'm not really too happy. All right, so that's it. Thank all of you guys for watching this video. Thanks for all the support. If you have any suggestions for how long these videos should be, how much people or how much time you think I should put into this. I actually, my mom hit me up one time and was like, yo, your rate my fades are way too long. So I've been trying to keep them at 10 minutes just so everybody can see the videos and actually don't feel like it's a movie that they're watching. It actually feels more like a YouTube video. just let me know what you guys think about that. But anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you all you guys for watching this video. See you guys in the next one.